Who in your life pretends to care but only wants attention? I watched my best friend flatter everyone in the room to steal the spotlight, and when she smiled at my crush, I finally understood why people always overlooked me. I had always considered myself invisible, the kind of person who blended into the background without ever being noticed. My family never seemed to understand me, my teachers barely remembered my name, and even my friends, for all their warmth and laughter, often overshadowed me without realizing it. Among all these dynamics, my best friend, Vanessa, was a force of nature. She had this effortless charisma, a way of making people feel like they were the most important person in the room, all while subtly ensuring that she remained the center of attention. I should have been able to celebrate her successes, admire her social skills, and enjoy her friendship without envy. But instead, it always left me feeling small, almost hollow, as though my very presence was a distraction from her brilliance. The night everything shifted started like any other Friday evening. Our high school was hosting a winter formal at a local community center, a place with low ceilings, twinkling fairy lights, and a DJ who played a mix of classic hits and modern pop. Vanessa had been buzzing with excitement for weeks, meticulously planning every aspect of her outfit, her hair, her makeup, her smile. And of course, she had subtly dropped hints that she intended to make an impression on everyone there, especially the older crowd and, most importantly, my crush Liam. Liam had been in my orbit for months, bright, kind, and utterly unaware of my feelings. I had watched him from a distance, hoping, wishing, imagining that one day I might be noticed. Vanessa, however, had a way of commandeering attention so completely that anyone in her wake, even someone as attentive as Liam, seemed to forget they had eyes for anyone else. As we entered the crowded gymnasium, Vanessa immediately sprang into action. She floated from group to group, complimenting outfits, laughing at jokes she barely heard, leaning in just enough to catch attention without seeming overbearing. People gravitated toward her as if drawn by some invisible force. I tried to follow, attempting to engage in small talk, contribute jokes, or share stories, but every time I opened my mouth, Vanessa's laughter or anecdote drew eyes away. I found myself standing on the periphery, clutching my drink, my voice swallowed by the din of her magnetic presence. The sting of invisibility washed over me in waves, sharp and relentless. I realized, painfully, how easy it was for her to command admiration while I was left unnoticed. Then came the moment I had been dreading. Liam appeared. He looked around the room, greeting friends, laughing at jokes, and his eyes briefly met mine. I felt a spark of hope, a tiny ember of possibility that maybe, just maybe, he would notice me tonight. But then Vanessa spotted him. I could see the calculation in her expression. The tilt of her head, the quick adjustment of her hair, the deliberate, dazzling smile that had always made everyone swoon. She moved toward him with a grace that seemed choreographed, leaning in just so, laughing at his jokes before he could even fully finish them. My stomach twisted. All the little fantasies I had held about Liam seemed to evaporate as I watched him laugh. Genuinely charmed, completely oblivious to me, I retreated to the corner, sipping my drink, trying to steady my racing heart. It wasn't just jealousy. I felt a deeper, more painful sense of invisibility. I realized in that moment why people had always overlooked me. I didn't have Vanessa's confidence, her charisma, or her knack for making others feel like the center of her universe. I was quiet, reflective, introspective, and often overlooked because I didn't demand attention. I didn't even know how to. Watching Vanessa work the room, effortlessly bending social dynamics to her favor, was like watching a masterclass in manipulation disguised as charm. I was caught between admiration and resentment, my emotions tangled in a knot I couldn't unravel. And then it happened, the flash that would mark the night forever. Vanessa leaned closer to Liam, her hand brushing against his shoulder as she laughed, her eyes sparkling in that unmistakable way she always used when she wanted to be remembered. Full story on my channel, link below.